All right, good morning. Let's start with our word power session. Here we have transportation, and the topic is first headlamps. Headlamps. So, what are headlamps exactly? We're going to learn that. Before we start, let's look at the words for the day. We have 20 words for the day, you can see. So, first word is caste. Caste is what? So, if you put an E here, caste means jati. The jati that we have, that is caste. Caste also has a second meaning. When you cast a die, that is a caste. Then there is disaster. Disaster means when something goes wrong. That's a disaster. Display. When you show something, that is display. कोई वस्तु, कोई चीज को आप प्रदर्शन करते हो, that is display. Drawback. Drawback means the weak point of something. That is a drawback. Disadvantage. That is a drawback. Then efficient. Efficient is something that saves time, energy, and effort, and also saves money, costs less. That is efficient. Equip. Equip means to put some tools so that the thing can work better. That is equip. Freight. F-R-E-I-T. Freight is cargo. जो सामान होता है, that is freight. Generate means उत्पादन करना. इल्यूमिनेटर यानी जो जहां पे प्रकाश लाता है, जो चीज सब चीज को प्रकाश देती है, that is an illuminator. Innovation. Innovation means something new. Then intense. Intense means something that is very strong. Knot. Knot means गांठ. कोई भी चीज की जो गांठ है, that is a knot. Locomotive. This is used for trains. Mode यानी जरिया. पोर्टेबल यानी कोई भी चीज जिसको आप कहीं भी ले जा सकते हो. रिफ्लेक्टर ऐसी चीज जो रिफ्लेक्ट करती है. रगेड. रगेड यानी रफ, नॉट वेरी स्मूथ, दैट इज रगेड. स्ट्रिंजेंट. स्ट्रिंजेंट मीन्स वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट, लाइक स्ट्रिक्ट नियम और ऑल दैट. ट्रिकी. ट्रिकी मीन्स समथिंग दैट इज नॉट इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड, दैट इज ट्रिकी. एंड वल्नरेबल. वल्नरेबल यानी ऐसी चीज जो बहुत डेलिकेट होती है और आप उसे नुकसान पहुंचा सकते हो, दैट इज वल्नरेबल. So let's begin with the meaning. First, tell me the meaning of caste. A to T. Select the right option. So L is to make no. The answer is D. To throw light on something. किसी के ऊपर प्रकाश डालना. So casting light on something. That is cast. हम मूवी में लोगों को कास्ट करते हैं, यानी उसके ऊपर लाइट डालते, कैमरा डालते. So we are casting them. That is why we have, we cast, movie cast. Then disaster. What's a disaster?
G.
J, right? It is a terrible event. What is display?
C.
Correct. C. To show and exhibit. So that is C. What is a drawback? G, right? Problem and disadvantage. What is efficient? Able to work without waste. That is efficient. Like हमको ऐसा काम करते हैं जिसमें पानी, एनर्जी, पैसा बचता है. So that is efficient. Equip. Come on, what is equip? Provide with something. Yes, to provide with something. Freight. What is freight? H, correct. Cargo carried by train, truck, or ship. So that is called freight. Freight container. Then generate. What is generate? To make or produce. All right. What is innovator?
N.
N, right. An object that produces light. What's an innovation? New idea. Correct. A new idea or product. What is intense? F, very strong. What is not? A hard bump in wood, that is a knot. गांठ को भी बोल सकते हैं knot. What's a locomotive? A, right. The engine of a train. What is mode? B. Method or type. What is portable? E.
P.
Easy to carry. Next one, reflector. P, right? An object that sends light back or makes it stronger. That is a reflector. Light को reflect करता है. What is rugged? Strong. Able to stand rough treatment. That is rugged. Next is stringent. Stringent is
Q.
Q, right? Strict and firm. What is tricky? Difficult. And vulnerable is I. Weak without defense. That is vulnerable. So, all right, let's learn these words properly and we'll be looking at a reading passage to understand them better. So, you're reading first headlines. So, let's start with the first paragraph here. And to read this, I will ask Ria. Ria, can you start with the first paragraph?
Yes, sir. Before electricity, light was tricky business. Flames cast limited light, are vulnerable to winds and weather, and can lead to disaster. Making fire portable and dependable was so difficult that lights on moving vehicles were hardly ever considered.
So, बिजली के आविष्कार से पहले लाइट वाज अ ट्रिकी बिजनेस, यानी लाइट को संभालना बहुत मुश्किल था. पहले हमारे पास आग थी और वो आग को हर जगह पे ब्राइटनेस और रोशनी के लिए ले जाया जाता था. सो फ्लेम्स कास्ट लिमिटेड लाइट, यानी आग में से जो लाइट आती थी बहुत कम थी. दे वर वल्नरेबल टू विंड्स, यानी अगर हवा आती है तो वो बुझ जाता है. एंड वेदर, एंड इट कैन लीड टू डिजास्टर. अगर आग अगर कहीं भी लेके घूमते हो तो पॉसिबिलिटी है कि कहीं भी डिजास्टर हो सकता है. तो आग को पोर्टेबल बनाना, यानी कि कहीं भी ले जा सके, एंड डिपेंडेबल was so difficult, इतना मुश्किल था that lights on moving vehicle, यानी चालू गाड़ी पे लाइट्स को इधर उधर ले जाना were hardly ever considered. लोगों ने तब इमेजिन नहीं किया. We'll see the exercise here, and what we have is the reading passages contain 6 paragraphs. Which paragraphs discuss the following information? Write the correct letter A to F. So now you guys tell me, what did we read here? The lamp that used burning wood, lamps rugged enough, strong enough to be used with cars, a lamp that generated its own electricity, the drawbacks of using flames for light, lamps that used reflectors to cast more intense light, the year the first train was equipped with electric headlamps, a reason why acetylene lamps are more effective than oil lamps, and a reason why freight trains traveled at night. What did you just read? We read the 4th one. So A paragraph. समझ पड़ी बताने केवी रीते हुआ? What we talked about, we discussed the drawbacks of आग को use करने के नुकसान. Drawbacks. Okay, let's read the B paragraph. Also pay attention to the words that we just read, so it becomes easier to understand. Shikha, please read B paragraph. Okay, Shikha has some disturbance in the background, so I'm asking Bhargav, can you read B paragraph?
Yes, sir. The early train traveled only during the day. The track were too dangerous during the dark of night, and passengers wanted to see where they were traveling anyway. In the late 1830s, railroad traffic became heavy enough for freight trains to delay the passengers' trains. To avoid these delays, railroad started running freight trains at night. Horatio Allen's 1831 innovations, the track illuminator was suddenly in demand. It was a pile of pine, note of burning in an iron grate that sat in a box of sand on platform car. The car was pushed ahead of the locomotive. The illuminator did not cast much light, but it warned of the approaching train was the best technology available.
So the early trains, यानी पहले के जमाने की जो ट्रेन थी वो दिन में ही चलती थी. दिन में क्यों चलती थी? लेकिन क्योंकि रात को उनके पास लाइट नहीं थी, तो लोगों को पता नहीं है कि ट्रैक पे ट्रेन आ रही. So trains were too dangerous during the dark of night. और पैसेंजर्स तो थे, उनको देखना था कि वो कहाँ पे ट्रैवल कर रहे थे, तो वो भी डरते थे, तो कोई बैठता नहीं था ऐसी ट्रेन. So here in late 1830s, railroad traffic became heavy. ट्रेन बढ़ गई ना फॉर फ्रेट ट्रेन, यानी जो लगेज के लिए जो गाड़ी होती है, गुड्स ट्रेन, उसकी वजह से पैसेंजर्स ट्रेन भी डिले होने लगी. सो वो अवॉइड करने के लिए व्हाट दे स्टार्टेड डूइंग, दे स्टार्टेड रनिंग द फ्रेट ट्रेन. लगेज ट्रेन को रात में ले जाया जाता था, और वहां पे दे यूज्ड एन इनोवेशन. द नेम वाज ट्रैक इल्यूमिनेटर. यानी ट्रेन के आगे एक डब्बा जैसा था जिसके अंदर दे वर बर्निंग वुड, यानी पाइन वुड जलता था. यानी वो अगर वो पूरा पूरा जल जाए तो ट्रेन में आग नहीं लगी, इसके लिए उसको ट्रेन के बाहर एक जगह पे लगाते थे, राइट. द इल्यूमिनेटर डिड नॉट कास्ट मच लाइट. उससे बहुत लाइट नहीं निकलती थी, बट इट वार्नड ऑफ अप्रोचिंग ट्रेन एंड वाज द बेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी अवेलेबल. व्हाट डू यू कॉल इट? यू कॉल इट द ट्रैक illuminator. It was created in 1831. So here's a look at how it looked like. Can you see the track? Can you see it, everyone? Yes. This one. So it was kept ahead. Okay. So what did we read right now? Select from 1 to 10, 1 to 8. We've solved one.
First one.
First one, a lamp that used burning wood. Not exactly burning wood. Okay. That is actually right. That is the first one. Yeah, that was the lamp, right? So that is a lamp that used burning wood. Correct. Burning wood, yani burning pine. Pine is the wood. And one more reason we got is 8 also, right? Correct. 8 is also one reason. A reason why freight train traveled at night, because दिन में बहुत traffic बढ़ जाता. Okay, so 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Let's solve them. Jishan, can you read C paragraph? Okay, Jishan is not answering. So, Krushi, can you read C paragraph? Krushi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
In 1841, some trains used an oil lamp backed by a curved reflector, an improvement, but oil lamps blew out easily in the wind, including the wind generated by the movement of the train. At about the same time,
Schenectady.
Schenectady and Troy Railroad train display a whale oil lamp positioned between a reflector and a lens about 12 inches high. It threw light up to 100 feet ahead of the train. Although this was an improvement, the braking distance the train required was more than 100 feet of track that were illuminated. In 1849, a calcium lamp was developed that threw light 1,000 feet and lasted 4 hours. However, the only railroad company to use it was Camden and Amboy. Limelights, which were used to light theater stage on both sides of the Atlantic, were considered too intense for trains. Eventually, acetylene, which did not extinguish in the wind, replaced oil in head lamps.
So पहले की जो लाइट थी वो बुझ जाती थी, right? And they also considered lime lights, जो theaters में use होती थी, but that was considered too intense. So eventually ये जो लाइट लाई, वो ऐसी लाइट लाई जो हवा में बुझ नहीं जाए. C paragraph. Select the heading.
7.
So one is 7, correct. One is 7. See here, a reason why acetylene lamps are more efficient than oil, because they don't, blow off. And one more, 5th one also, right? Lamps that use reflectors to cast more intense light. Correct. Okay. Let's read the next one, D para. Okay, Jasmine, why can you read D paragraph?
Sure. In 1851, the first electric headlamp was developed. This headlamp had two major drawbacks. It required its own generator, which did not become portable until the 1890s when steam generators became common. And the delicate parts broke easily as a result of rough rails over which the trains traveled. Russia ran the first train equipped with battery-powered electric headlamps. The French first used steam generators to power electric headlamps on trains. In the United States in 1897, George C. Pyle developed an efficient electric headlamps. By 1916, federal law required trains to have electric headlamps.
So we came to the discovery of the electric headlamps. So the major drawback was, what was the major drawback? It required its own generator, which did not become portable. That generator was not portable until 1890s. And then Russia was the one to do it first. So this was D para. Anything from D? So we're talking about, right, D and 6. Okay. A lamp that generated its own electricity, correct? And the second is the year the first train was equipped with electric headlamps. So that year was what? What was the year? Yeah. 1897. Or is it? Yeah, correct. So the year is mentioned here. All right. E paragraph. Hital, can you read E paragraph?
Yes, sir. Automobiles, the exciting new mode of transportation at that time, needed headlamps too. The requirement for car headlamps were more stringent than those for trains because roads were even rougher than rails. Cars required more rugged parts, and the steam generator had to be smaller than those in trains. Despite these tougher requirements, the Columbia electric car was equipped with electric headlamps in 1898.
The next thing that came was automobiles, means cars, the exciting new mode of transportation at that time. And they also needed the headlamps. The requirements for car headlamps was more stringent. It was more necessary because ट्रेन तो एक पटरी पे ही चलती थी, राइट? बट यहाँ पे गाड़ी तो कहीं भी चल सकती है बिकॉज रोड्स वर इवन रफर. तो उनकी हेडलैम्प्स जो थी, द कार्स रिक्वायर्ड मोर रगेड पार्ट्स. रगेड मींस इट नीडेड स्ट्रॉन्गर पार्ट्स, राइट? And the steam generators had to be smaller than those in trains. So the requirements were tough. So despite these tougher requirements, Columbia electric car was equipped with electric headlamps in 1898. So E paragraph. Correct. Second one is the answer. Lamps rugged Oh, I think I'm mute. Yeah, I am on mute. Okay, I'll start again. So efficiency, efficient, and efficiently. Right. So efficiency is an important quality for any new product. Efficient headlamps made safe travel at night possible, and candles do not light a room very efficiently. Generate. So if the power lines are down, you can use a gasoline generator to have electricity in your house. The generation of electricity can cause air pollution, and there are a variety of ways to generate electricity. Okay, coming to the next one, illuminate. So the word here is illuminator. An illuminator can provide an area with light. The illumination of an electric lamp is stronger than that of a candle. यानी electric lamp का जो power है वो उससे ज़्यादा है. In the past, people used candles to illuminate their houses. Next is innovation. Innovation यानी जो चीज नई है तो उसका verb form होता है innovate. Innovate we already know, so we have three words here. Innovation, कोई नई चीज. The innovation of electric headlamps made travel much easier. Innovator is the person. Several innovators worked on the development of electric lamps. And innovative यानी जो चीज नई होती है, the quality of being new is innovative. The development of electric headlamps was the work of a number of innovative people who innovated. So that is innovative. Okay, two more, I think, 2 and 3. Intense. So the word noun is intensity. Tivrata. A locomotive needs a headlamp with high intensity. Which is को ज़्यादा तीव्र बनाना, that is called intensify. Using a stronger battery will intensify light. Next is intense. The light from candles is not very intense. Intensely. Some materials burn more intensely than others. Don't confuse it with intention and intentional. And last one here is reflect. So the machine is called reflector. A reflector on a lamp makes the light more intense. You can see your reflection in a mirror. A piece of metal can be used to reflect light. If a lamp is coated with reflective material, it will cast a stronger light. Now here, use the right word here in the blanks. Choose the correct word family member from the list below to complete the blank. So these are the words we just did. So select the word. Traveling at night was tricky because people had developed headlamps that worked dash. Efficiency, efficient, or efficiently? Correct. They work efficiently. Early dash for use of locomotives included what? Early innovators, innovations, or innovative?
Innovations.
Early. How can people? Innovators won't be the correct answer, obviously.
Sir, innovation.
Yes, early innovations. पहले के जो शोध संशोधन थे for use on locomotives included lamps that dashed by burning pine knots or whale oil. कैसे चलते थे? That they illuminated. They illuminated by burning pine knots or whale oil. Some of these lamps used metal as a dash material.
Reflector.
We need a quality, reflective material. Yes, reflective material to dash the light. Light को ज़्यादा intense बनाने के लिए तो we need a verb here to intensify the light. Later, electric headlamps were developed. The problem with these lamps involved finding a portable way to dash the electricity that they used. All right, okay, done. So dictionary skill now, some words might have multiple meanings. So here we have the word display. Display as a noun, uska meaning hota hai showing and exhibit. Pradarshan. Verb means to show or exhibit. So you tell me what is this? The new, more efficient headlamps for use on trains were on display. So what is it? Is it a verb or a noun? They were on display. Is it a verb or is it a noun?
Wow.
How is it a verb? They were on display. वो प्रदर्शन पे थे. So it's a noun. This one, right? Okay. Everyone was excited to see cars that displayed the new electric headlamps. So that is verb. So this is a verb. This is a noun. Okay, same thing here. KNOT, not का दो मीनिंग होता है. एक not का मीनिंग as a noun होता है गांठ, a hard bump on wood. Verb का मीनिंग होता है tie something in a certain way. गांठ मारना, right? So burning pine knots is a way to create light. This is again a noun. If you knot your shoelaces well, they won't untie. अगर आप अच्छे से उनको बांधोगे, गांठ मारोगे तो, that is a verb, right? Very easy. So verb versus noun. All right, get ready for a listening test here. Listen to a lecture and choose 4 letters A to G. So we have 4 letters and then we'll be solving the next. Can you see the options? Give me a minute. So write the answers in your notebook for these 4 questions.
Unit 3, Transportation. First headlamps. Listen to a talk about early train travel.
So here what the lecture is about, early train travel. So what 4 major drawbacks of early train travel does the lecturer mention? What are the problems, drawback? Difficulty traveling at night, frequent delays, यानी उनको कई बार लेट हो जाता था. Safety problems, safety का एक problem था उनको. Dirt, गंदगी थी वहां पे. Cost of tickets, वो शायद महंगी थी. Uncomfortable rides, यानी travel करना थोड़ा difficult था. या फिर crowded passenger cars. So here.
Train travel became increasingly common in the mid to late 19th century, despite the difficulties involved with this mode of travel. In many ways, trains were more efficient than other available means of transportation. But there were still drawbacks. Travel at night was tricky, for example, because trains lacked effective methods of illumination. Rides on early trains were often rough because of the way the train tracks were laid, although this improved over time and riding the train became more comfortable. As train travel became more popular, the tracks became more crowded, and this was one reason why trains were frequently vulnerable to delays. Train travel could also be dirty because the smoke from the locomotive could not be kept away from the rest of the train. In the early years of train travel, there were few disasters, so passengers generally felt safe. Trains were the major means of long-distance travel for a long time and had major effects on society and the economy. Clearly, the initial cost of building the railroads was well worth it, despite the drawbacks involved.
All right, so what are the 4 disadvantages?
A,
A, B, D,
So one is difficulty traveling at night, correct? Second is
F,
frequent travels, correct? Then
D.
D, it was dirty also, and F, uncomfortable.
uncomfortable
Right. Right? All clear for this listening lesson? Okay, lovely. So that brings me to the end of this question. Look at, we have a task here. In your opinion, what has been the most significant transportation innovation of the past 200 years? So in 200 years, according to you, what are the things that have really changed humanity? So there are many things that you can talk about. You can talk about cars, automobiles, and how they've changed our lives, right? And you can also talk about how planes have actually changed our lives, how we can quickly travel by planes, trains, planes. And here, these are the questions for speaking, right? Okay.